Hi, I'm Debbie, and we are here at RYK, and my lovely assistant, my demonstrator, is Angela today. She's going to be demonstrating all of the asana practice for you. Due to the coronavirus, we are going to be live streaming our Kriya flow class today. It's a little energetic. It's a little bit more high-powered. I put together a practice that's going to work with getting the momentum, getting the energy up, helping with low energy, especially if you're feeling a little down, a little depressed. If you feel like you need to raise that Kundalini, which we do very well here, that's what we're going to be working on today. So let's get started. So we will start seated just to warm up a little bit. Just bring the hand palms together. Let the thumbs just rest at the sternum. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Slowly bring in the tummy. Roll the shoulders back a few times just to start the movement. Close within the eyes and roll up the eyeballs. Look up towards that third eye. Just a slow breath as you inhale, bringing it into the nostrils. And the same thing as you exhale, it's coming back out through your nose. Inhale, breath in through your nose. And exhale, slowly release. This time take a bigger breath in, round the belly out. Open up the rib cage, lift up the chest, the collarbone. That's your indication to start your exhale. You want to squeeze all that oxygen back out of the lungs. And one more. Inhale, big breath in, calming down the nervous system, allowing the mind to calm. And then exhale, and keeping the eyes closed. Let's just reach in and grab an intention. Maybe apply a little bit more pressure within the hand palms. Maybe you'd like to set an intention for yourselves. You can keep it, the practice for yourselves, especially if you're feeling a little down. Or you can send it out to someone in need. Maybe share it with our community, the world, everyone that's been afflicted by this virus. Anyone troubled with fear, with anger, frustration, especially if you're looking for that sacred toilet paper. Just send out blessings. And then exhale. And then just slowly bring the hands down to the kneecaps, opening up the eyes, and slowly bring the chin towards the chest. As you inhale, just roll the head over to your left shoulder, take the head all the way back, and we're going to roll it over to the right. So we're just going to start to circle the head from shoulder to shoulder, taking it all the way back, and you want to notice the compression in the back of the neck. Make sure you're not putting too much compression in the back of the neck. And you're noticing any stiffness, any tightness in the back of the neck. If you're feeling some creaking, some crackling, maybe you've got too much vata, too much air within the bones. That's okay. Next time the head comes back down towards the center, we're just going to reverse the movement, take it in the opposite direction. Make sure that the spine is straight. Just keep checking in. As we bring the head back down towards the center, let's just pause here. Take a breath in. Exhale. And then slowly bring up the head. Bring up the arms straight up towards the ceiling. Make sure that you've got that space within the armpits, stretching out through the navel area, pulling the ribcage away from the pelvic area, and then drop down the right hand, bring up the left arm, and bring it up and over your left ear. Hand face down, stretching out through the side ribs, Make sure that the sit bones are grounded. Don't let one butt cheek lift higher than the other. And then inhale, let's take it back center. We're going to switch sides, so bring both arms back up, reach up through the armpits, and then drop down left hand. Right arm comes up and over, stretching out through your right side ribs. Another breath, inhale, exhale. And then just slowly come back center, hands back down to the kneecaps, bring the chin and the chest forward. Try to keep the sit bones down. Don't let the buttocks lift. You want to stretch out through the low back. No compression in that low lumbar spine area. On the inhale, just make a little circle over to the right knee. We're going to take it all the way back over to your left knee. Make sure that the tummy stays engaged. Working within the pelvic area, working within the hips. The waistline, it's going to help dwindle the waistline down. And just awakening the hip flexors. Also bringing some stimulation into the major organs within the tummy. So you got that little compression going on into the colon area, into the spine. Next time the chest comes back towards the center, we're just going to reverse the movement, just take it in the opposite direction. Try to keep the same momentum on this side. But you also want to notice if there's anything going on within the body, within the knees, something that you need to be aware of, so as we move along, that you be extra kind and extra careful. This is going to be a little bit of a faster routine, so rest as many times as you need to. I'll offer modifications, and if you like, you can stop, take a break, and join us back when you're ready. And one more trip around. And then bring it back center. Engage the belly, so when you bring up the body, the spine's already straight. And let's roll over your knees, come up onto all fours, curl the toes underneath. We're taking it up into downward facing dog. Make sure the weight's more back towards the hips. Spread all 10 fingers, press down into the thumbs, press down into the pinkies and the middle finger. Don't cup the hands, let the hand palms remain flat. Take a few breaths here as you start to engage the belly. Check in with the hips, check in with the backs of the knees. Maybe you need to bend the knees a little bit. Maybe you'd like to pump out the feet. Maybe move the hips a little bit. You can get as funky as you like. Remember, no one's watching, you're home. Just keep going. Another couple of pumps. Take another breath. Inhale. Exhale. See if you can bring the hips up a little higher. And then bring up the right leg straight up towards the ceiling. See if you can bring it up a little higher. And we're just going to bend that right knee, right foot over towards the left hip. You want to bring the knee up a little higher, just so you're getting a nice opening in the hip area. Look underneath that right armpit. Keep reaching, keep stretching. On your next inhale, straighten out that right leg. Exhale, bring down the right leg. And let's take it to the other side. So on the inhale, we're bringing up the left leg. See how high you can bring it up. Each side is going to be separate. We're not going to try to mirror. We're not trying to match what's going on one side from the next. Let's bend that left knee, left foot over towards the right hip. Look underneath the left shoulder. Bring the hip up a little higher. Make sure that the tummy's engaged. We might as well be working the abs, the core. And then inhale, stretch out that left leg. And then slowly exhale, bring it on down. Pump out the feet. And then on the next inhale, just walk or float the feet up to the hands. Taking the hands above the kneecaps just to stretch out the hamstrings, flat back. Try to keep the neck, the head in line with the spine as you draw the sit bones away, flat back. Keep the belly engaged. You can bend the knees as much as you need to. Exhale, fold forward, just dangle. Just let everything go. If you need to sigh, if you need to moan, to groan, if you need to release any extra built up tension, that's fine too. This is your practice. Do whatever you feel like you need to do. Angela is. She's letting it all go. And then grab onto opposite elbows and use them as weights. Bring them down a little bit closer down towards the floor. Maybe move the head a little bit side to side. And then just release the arms. And on the inhale, you slowly bring the arms out to the side. Bring them back up towards the sky. And connect the hand palms and bring them back to the heart center. And exhale. Let's do 3 Surya Namaskar sun salutations. On the inhale, arms reach up over the head. Hand palms connect. Exhale, fold forward. You want to draw the sit bones away as you fold down. Lift up the chest. You want to feel that the heart is opening. The hands can come up a little higher. You can keep them down towards the ankles and then fold forward again into Uttanasana. And then place the hands flat as you jump and float the feet back into Plank Asana. Draw the heels back behind you. Elbows are next to the rib cage. Don't let them come out to the sides. And then exhale, lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, using the strength from the upper back, bring up the chest. As you exhale, roll over your toes. Release the weight back towards those heels for down dog. Taking another breath. Exhale. And then inhale, walk or float the feet back to the hands. Elongate your spine. Got that flat back going back on again and float. Take back on down. Inhale, engage the abdominals as you slowly bring the body back up. Arms reach up and over. Hand palms connect and bring the hands back to the heart center. Samastiti. And again, inhale, Uttiti Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana is your forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana brings up the chest. Fold it back down, hands flat. Feet back into Plank Asana, lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, we're using that strength from the upper back. And then roll over the toes, utilize the thighs. Let the core of the thighs take you back into down dog. Check in with the body. This is a good opportunity to check in to see how your breath rate is moving. If you need to slow it down, this is your opportunity. If you need to slow down the heartbeat, another great opportunity. Then inhale, we're bringing the feet back to the hands, floating or walking, whatever feels good. Inhale, lift up the chest. Exhale, fold back down. Next inhale, coming back up to stand as you reach the arms out to the side, reaching up towards the ceiling. Use those armpits, and then release the hands back into the heart center, Samastiti. And again, inhale, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lower, exhale. Take it back down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And breathe. Keep breathing, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, right leg back up towards the sky. Bring it up a little higher. And then bend the knee and bring it towards your nose. Take it into plank, but don't let that right foot drop. Keep it suspended. And then exhale, take it back into three-legged dog. Bending the knee, take it outside right elbow. Don't let that foot touch the floor. Use your core, use your abs, and then release it back into three-legged dog. Inhale, bring that right knee back towards the chest. We're going to slide it underneath that left arm for ball and triangle. Place that right foot down, lift up the left arm, reach it back behind you, lift up the hips. Try not to let the hips get heavy. Keep reaching, keep reaching. Another breath, inhale, exhale. And then let's take it back down and release that right leg back into plank. Lower down halfway. Don't let the tummy touch the mat. And then come back up, full plank asana, lower down. Chaturanga. Come back up, full plank, lower down again. Come back up. One more. Come on down. Slowly come back up. Release it back into down dog. Right leg up again. Bend the knee. Bring it back towards your chest. And we're going to drop it right in between the hands for pigeon. Okay. Extend back that left leg. Lift up the chest. Make sure there's no compression in your low back. You want to really reach up, lift up the chest, We're extending the heart forward, releasing the weight down over that right knee. Hands can be ahead of you, out to the sides, down by the sides. You can bend the elbows. Just let the forehead rest down within the forearms. Allow the heart to slow down. Get back in control. And then inhale. As you start to bring up the head, hands either side of the right knee. Stretch up the elbows, curl your left toes underneath, and lift the left knee up off the floor. Draw that heel back behind you. Keep lifting, keep reaching. And then slowly release. We're taking that left knee back down, and then drop down onto the right hip, and bring that left leg forward. And take the sole of the right foot inside that left thigh. You can take it above or below the kneecap. Janu Sirsasana A. Lift up the chest. Reach down over that left foot. Line the torso. Make sure that the torso is not lopsided. You want to keep everything as even as possible. Manage how your hips are. If you feel like you're rolling over onto one side, see if you can center. If you can't, no worries. You're just doing the best you can. The best way to hang out over that leg. Reach out with the chest, chins away from the throat. Stretch out that cervical spine, the thoracic spine. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale, slowly bring up the head. And we're going to bend the left knee, place the left sole of the foot down, right ankle on top of the left thigh. Seated pigeon. And walk that left butt cheek over to your left heel. So you want to compartmentalize yourself up into a little box, like if you're packing yourselves away. And bring the chin down towards the throat so you feel that elongation in the back of the neck, working with the cervical spine. Breathe. Just breathe comfortably. Catch the breath. Another breath. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale, just slowly bring up the head, open up the eyes, and walk that left foot slightly away so we can take it into reverse table. So you want to place the fingertips coming forward, press down within the hand palms, lift the tushy off the floor. You want to bring the hips up a little higher, don't let the buttocks get heavy. Keep reaching, see if you can bring that right knee down just a little bit to open up the hip flexor a little bit wider. Make sure that there's no extra compression in the back of the neck. Check in with the back of the neck. If it starts to complain, you want to come down. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale. Slowly bring it on down. And exhale. And then let's just give a little bend into the left knee. You want to place the right knee on top of the left knee. Mukha. So you're just going to stack right knee on top of left knee. Flex the feet. Use your index and middle finger to hook the big toes. Bring the elbows out to the side and just fold down over that right knee. Keep breathing. Keep stretching. Another breath. Inhale, just helping to open up the hip flexors. Exhale. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale, slowly start to position the body back up. And all we're going to do is realign those feet so that left leg is parallel to the top of the mat. So we're able to stack the right foot on top of the left knee and the right knee on top of the left foot. Flex the feet. This protects the knees. Make sure that the chest is lifted, that there's no compression in the back. And we're going to fold down over both legs into fire log pose. You can take it all the way down. You don't have to take it all the way down. Now, if this is causing you any discomfort whatsoever, just bring that right leg out ahead and you can just still fold down over both of the legs. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale, just slowly start to bring up the body Gently, with kindness, bring out both legs for Paschimottanasana. Now you want to flex the feet. See if you can bring the baby toes in just a little bit so the feet are a little bit flatter like a Flintstone foot. Spread all the toes. Lift up the chest, fold down over your legs. You can reach for the toes. You can reach for the outer part of the feet. You can reach to the outer part of the legs. Whatever version. Another version would be maybe to bend the knees, reaching for the big toes. Even with the knees bent, it's a perfectly great pose to help with that low lumbar spine. This is sort of a counter pose. It just releases any tension within that low back. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale. Just slowly bring up the body. And we're going to cross right ankle over your left. Roll over your knees and let's vinyasa. Feet back into plank asana. Lower down Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale. Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, go to Mukha Shavasana. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale. And then let's take it to the other side. Inhale, bring up your left leg. Bend that left knee. Bring it towards your nose. Make sure the foot doesn't drop. Hold it up. Use your core. Use your abs. Release it back into three-legged dog. Bend the knee. Take it outside left elbow. Again, we're lifting the foot. Don't let it drop. Maintain the pose, using the breath. Exhale, take it back. Three-legged dog. This time, bend the knee and slide it underneath the right arm. Extend it out and bring up that right arm. Extend it back. Try not to let the hips get heavy. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. And then just take it back down. Plank. Take a breath. Lower down halfway. Release it back up. Lower down. Make sure those elbows are next to the ribcage. Release it back up. Try to lift up the backs of the knees. Lower down again halfway. Come back up into full plank. Lower down again halfway. And then take it back up and then take it into down dog. Left leg up again. Bend the knee, bring it towards your nose. And drop it down in between the hands back into Ekapada Rajakapotasana. Extend back that right leg. Lift up the chest. Check in with the low back. And then extend the body forward as you fold down over the left knee. Same thing on this side. Restack the forearms. If you feel like another version on this side would be more helpful, that it won't cause any trauma to the shoulders, the neck area. If you're feeling a little stiff, a little tight, maybe you need that modification on this side. Remember, each side we try to keep different. We have different issues, different architecture. We have a little bit more scar tissue on one side. So you always want to modify. You don't want to match anything, especially if it causes you any pain, any electrical sensations, or any burning sensations. Let the heart relax, let it melt. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale, we're going to prop ourselves back up, hands either side of the left knee. Straighten up the elbows. Lift up the chest. You want to feel that heart open. Use your heart and your lung meridians. Curl those right toes underneath. Bring up the right knee. Draw that heel back behind you. Make sure that the tummy's engaged, the core is engaged. Another breath. Inhale. Exhale. Drop that knee down. We're just going to drop down over to the left hip. So you're able to bring that right leg forward, realigning that sole of the left foot either above or below the kneecap. We want to stay away from the knee joint. Lift up the chest, back into Janushasana, fold down over that right leg. Keep stretching, opening up the hip flexor. And just keep checking in with the body, checking to see how it feels, how you're doing, is anything popped up? Are you starting to release out any tension, any issues that we may have had or have been building up? Maybe the time now is to let it go. Another breath. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale, just slowly start to bring up the body as we bend the right knee. So we're able to place that left ankle on top of the right thigh. Pivot the hands back so the fingertips are pointed away as you walk that right butt cheek over to the right heel. Compartmentalize yourself. Think about you're sending yourselves away to someplace tropical, safe. Bring the chin down towards the throat. You want to stretch out that cervical spine area. Close the eyes. You want to keep the mind within. Just helps. Another breath. Inhale. Exhale. Then inhale, you start to open up the eyes, lift up the chin, pivot the hands back around, fingertips point towards the body as you walk the right foot away, lift up the hips back into three-legged table. So make sure that the buttocks are coming up. You want that core engaged. Think of yourselves as a little table and you don't want your food to drop. So you want to keep the hips lifting, belly engaged. Another breath, inhale, exhale. And last one, inhale, exhale. Let's come back on down. And we're going to stack left knee on top of right knee, back into Mukha. Flex the feet, protect the knees. If you need to, you can always bring the knee out ahead. Using your index and middle finger, these are your peace fingers. We're going to hook those big toes. Elbows out to the side, fold forward. Try to see if you can stretch the back. Open up the back. Feel that engagement, that compression into the belly area. Just think of all that wonderful compression. It helps to detoxify the spleen, the liver. Got that pressure going on into the colon, so we're going to start helping to move the poop along. Another breath. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale, let's slowly just start to bring up the body and just realign. You're just sliding. Left knee on top of right foot and left foot on top of right knee. Make sure the feet stay flexed. Remember, you can always bring out that left leg if need be. Lift up the chest, extending forward, fold down over both of the legs. You can feel the hips opening up a little wider. This is so good because the middle part of the torso, the lower extremities, age the quickest. So even if you're in your 30s, maybe even late 20s, you're going to find that the joints, the muscles are going to start to feel a little bit more constricted. Just a lot of it has to do with the foods that we eat and the less movement that we have. So if you are confined to a chair during the day at work, you need a little bit more movement. And you may find that the knees will be a little bit more compromised. Take another breath. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale. Let's slowly start to bring up the body and extend out both legs back into Paschimottanasana. Lift up the chest. Make sure there's no compression in the back. Folding forward, chin away from the throat, heart reaching out over those knees. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale, just slowly start to bring up the body. Right ankle over your left, let's vinyasa. Roll over your knees, hands flat. Feet back into plank asana, lower down, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. And breath. Now you can always pick it up a little bit. You can slow it down. We are going to start to pick it up a little bit faster. Inhale, feet come back to the hands. Elongate your spine. Fold forward. Slowly release the body up. Tadasana. Hand palms back into the heart center. Exhale. Bending at the knees, Bhujangasana chair. Get the weight back towards those heels. Make sure there's no compression in the tummy. Lift up the chest. Try to think about bringing the interior parts of the thighs towards each other. You're going to feel the buttocks open just slightly. That's how you know that we're using the glutes. We're using the buttocks area. This is going to help get that little tushy a little bit harder, a little bit more firmer, especially now, you know, even with coronavirus, summer's going to come. And with the summer, those jiggly parts are going to start to show. So you need to get those a little bit firmer. So keep breathing, keep reaching, keep staying in chair, Utkatasana. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath. Inhale. Exhale. Fold forward into Uttanasana. Lift up the chest, fold back down. Hands flat, feet back into Plank-asana, lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, bring the right foot forward, step it in between the hands for warrior one. Slowly bring up the body. That heel of that left foot should be facing the center of the mat. That right knee should be in line with the right ankle. Elbows are straight. Lift up the chest. And then exhale, bring down the hands as we take that right foot back into plank. Lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot comes forward. Same thing on this side. Bring up the arms. The heel of that right foot should be facing the center of the mat. Lift up the chest. Keep lifting. Crown of the head coming up. The buttocks may be feeling a little bit heavier. Another breath. Inhale. Exhale. Fold forward. Take that left foot back. Lower down. Chaturanga. Inhale. Up dog. Exhale. Down dog. Take a recovery breath, check in. How's your heart rate? How's your breath rate? And then feet back to the hands, take it right into chair. Utkatasana, bend the knees, take it right into chair. Bring the sit bones down a little bit deeper. Work the thighs. If the thighs are screaming, they'll be fine. Hands come into the heart center. Elongate through the spine. Let's twist over to the right. Hook that left elbow outside right knee. Check the knees. Make sure the knees are in one straight line. If one knee comes out ahead of the other, you're going to find that it's going to misalign the hips. So you want to keep the hips as even as possible. Apply a little bit more pressure within the hand palms, so you're using the heart, the lung meridians, as well as the breast tissue and the breastbone. Keep twisting. You want to use your low left ribs. Another breath. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale, just slowly bring the body back center. Keep the hands in prayer. Exhale. Inhale, twist over to your left. Right elbow outside left knee, or as close to it as you can. You still want to keep applying that pressure. Hands are away from the face. You actually can feel the breast tissue start to move. Another breath. Inhale. Exhale. Make sure the neck stays long. And then inhale, bring everything back center. Release it back into Utkatasana chair. Get the weight back towards those heels. 5 breaths here. Yeah, 5 breaths. Not kidding. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And another. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. This is the last one, I promise. Exhale, fold forward. Vinyasa. Feet back into plank, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right. Bring up the right foot. Step it in between the hands. Warrior one. Open up into warrior two. Shoulders should be over the hips. You're looking over that front middle right finger. Crown of the head reaching up. Buttocks feeling a little heavy, so you have that extra pull within the middle part of the torso. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Then inhale, straighten up the right knee for Trikonasana triangle pose, extending out with the right arm, left hip. Right hand comes down, left arm comes straight up. See if you can align the shoulders, working within that left armpit as you bring the shoulder blades back a little bit towards each other. You want to bring the chest forward. We want to really open up that space within the heart. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. You can't see it, but Angela's got really pretty green nail polish on. On the next inhale, bring your left hand down inside of the right foot. We're going to revolve and twist over to the right and bring up the right arm. Same thing, we're using that right armpit, working with the sweat glands, working with the lymph nodes. Another breath, inhale. Exhale. Look down at that right foot, and you're just going to position the body up. There you go. And then bring the right hand to the hip, left arm straight up, Pavariti Trikonasana. Extend the right arm straight out ahead. You want to get as much distance, as much lengthening as you can, so you're able to bring that left hand down to the outside of the right foot. Revolving, twisting. Now you can keep the elbow bent, keep the hand on that hip, or bring that left arm straight up, still working with the armpit. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. You're using those low left ribs. All this twisting and turning, it helps keep you pooping. It actually helps with constipation because we're moving the poop down towards the poop chute. So it's going to really, really help just loosen things up to get things back moving again. That's if you're having an issue. Another breath. Inhale. Exhale. Then inhale, look down at that right foot again. Slowly bring the body back up. Keep both legs straight, both knees straight. Take the hands behind the back, Bhujangasana. You can take an Anjali Mudra. You can reach for the elbows of the wrist. Lift up the chest. You can shorten up the stance or widen up the stance. You're going to fold down over, bringing the chin down towards the shin. Not the nose to the knee, so you're not rounding the upper part of the back. So you want that full extension. Think about bringing some of the weight from the left hip forward. The right hip will naturally come back. That's to keep the hips in alignment. Keep the momentum, keep the breathing going. Inhale. Exhale. Another breath. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale, slowly bring up the body and open up the arms as you pivot over to your left. Align the hips, hand palms face down. Lift up the chest. Fold forward, Paschimottanasana. Hands come down flat. You can bend the knees so the hands remain flat down on the mat. Start bending at the elbows and bring the elbows side by side, not to where they're touching. You want the crown of the head reaching down. You want to feel that compression in the tummy. You also want to stretch out the spine, working with the hamstrings. Keep breathing, crown of the head reaching down. Drishti through the legs or down the nose. On your next inhale, slowly bring the hands to the hips. Gently bring up the body. Try not to lock out the knees as you bring the body up. Bring the arms back just a little bit, hands back a little bit. Place the hands on the hips. You want to bring the elbows, the shoulder blades a little closer together. Lift up the chest, fall back on down. You may not get the same amount of depth as you had in A, and that's okay. Just all about, we're working with the muscles in the back right now. We want to bring those elbows, the shoulder blades a little closer together. You want to feel the back, stretching, opening, working the muscles in the back. Keep breathing. Try not to lock out the knees. If you feel like you're a knee locker or the knees are locking, give a little give. Maybe give a little bend into those knees. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath. Inhale. Exhale. Then inhale. Just slowly start to position the body up. Release the arms out to the sides, hand palms face down. Pivot the toes so they're facing over to the right. And take a warrior two. Bend that knee. We're just going to transition right into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. So you just want to shift the body weight forward. Start to stretch out through that left leg. Flex the left toes. Point the left toes over to the left. That right hand should be a little bit ahead of the right foot, just so you're keeping the shoulder in line with the wrist. Make sure that the belly stays engaged. Keep lifting. Inhale. Tighten up the quadricep of the right leg, so you're using the muscle above the right knee. Another breath. Inhale. Exhale. And let's do revolve. So we're going to bring down left hand. Just take it down. Keep that left leg up. Right arm comes up. Stretching it up. Revolving, using your low left ribs to twist the tummy. Almost like a dish rag effect. We're putting a lot of pressure into the abdominals. We're twisting, we're turning. We're getting all that wonderful compression, which helps to detoxify. Another breath. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale. Slowly bring down that right hand, left leg, and fold down over both legs. Padangusthasana. Peace fingers around the big toes. Elbows come out to the side. You're trying to bring the chest down a little bit closer towards the thighs. Same amount of weight between all four corners of the feet. Open up the muscles in the back by bringing the elbows out. You can actually feel the muscles starting to open. You want to really stretch and flex out the back. On the next inhale, release your left toe. And place the left hand on the hip. Hold on to the big right toe. Take enough air in the belly so when you start to come up to stand, you're still holding on to that right leg and extend it straight out ahead of you. Now you can also bend the knee and just take the hand underneath the kneecap. Get your drishti. Find something to look at in front of you that's not moving. Keep stretching. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. On the next inhale, let's open the leg over to the right. You got it, Angela. You won't get it, honey. I got it. Everything's safe. Now, if you'd like to challenge it and you're a little bit more advanced, you may want to just follow the nose and look over towards your left shoulder. But just make sure that you feel balanced, you feel grounded enough between that left leg, using the muscle above the left kneecap. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Now if you have a hold onto the toe, just release the toe, bend that right knee and place that right sole foot above or below that left kneecap, right into Vikrasana tree. Hands at the heart center. And when you feel like you're ready, like you're grounded, if you'd like, you can bring both arms straight up towards the ceiling. Stretching through the ribcage, stretching through the armpits. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Then drop down the right hand on that right knee. Left arm straight up. Get that space in the armpit and then slowly bring the body over towards the right. Another breath. Inhale. Exhale. Don't worry about the balance. It can be so many different things, so many different elements that could be going on that the balance may not be working today. Then inhale, hands back to the heart center just to balance the yin and the yang. And then we're bringing that right knee forward. Don't let the right foot drop. Take the right leg back. Right hand inside right ankle for Natcharangasana King Dancer. Left arm comes up. Get the lengthening through the armpit as you slowly bring down the left arm. Release that right leg back behind you. See if you can pull the heel slightly back. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. And then just release the hold on that ankle. Stretch out that right leg back behind you right into Warrior 3. So we're really using the core, and we're really using the abs, we're really using that quadricep. It's okay if you drop out of it. This is just yoga. It's nothing serious. We try to make things so serious all the time that we don't. I know we get cramps. We get toe wiggies. We get like muscle cramps, and that's totally okay. And then bring the arms out to the side. Right arm underneath the left. We're wrapping right up into ego. And then inhale, that right leg's gonna connect with that left thigh. Squeeze the thighs together. Detoxify. Lift the elbows up shoulder height. Lift up the eyeballs. Look up towards the thumbs. So the head's not coming back. No compression in that back of the neck. We're just lifting up the eyeballs. So you're working the pituitary and the pineal gland. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. And then release it off back into Utkatasana chair. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward, vinyasa. Lift up the sternum, fold back down, hands flat, feet back into Planksasana, lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, exhale, Urdhva Mukha, down dog. Left leg comes forward, so we're working with the left side this time. Step it in between the hands, back into warrior one. Lift up through the chest, make sure you've got that lengthening going on within the ribcage, and let's open up into warrior two. Look over that front middle left finger. Crown of the head coming up, but it's feeling a little heavy. Keep it strong. And then let's stretch out that left knee, taking it into Trikonasana triangle. Extending out with that left arm, right hip. Left hand down, right arm up. Stack the shoulders. Use that right armpit. Shoulder blades coming back. Bring your little girls forward. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Right hand comes down inside. Left foot, we're just revolving. Make sure you feel grounded. You can bring in the back leg if you need to, just so that the both feet are flat. Don't try to let that back leg lift. That's your anchor, that's your foundation. And then bring your left arm up. Just revolving the triangle twist. Bringing the heart forward. You want to keep thinking about extending out through the heart. Think about all that extra space you're able to create to bring in more love, to bring in more compassion. Think of all that prosperity, that wealth, all that you can hold within the heart. Now look down at the left foot, and then bring up the body. And we're going to bring the left hand to the hip, right arm straight up, extend it forward, and reach down over outside or inside that left foot. You can use a block. You can just place it to the outside of the left foot and bring up the left arm, opening up the space within the armpit. Feel that elongation throughout the spinal area. Neck stays long. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale, look down at the left foot again, just so you're able to transition to come back up to stand. Hands come behind the back into standing pyramid. Lift up the heart, chin back down towards the shin. Remember, we're not trying to reach nose to knee. Bringing some of the weight from the right hip forward. Left hip will naturally come back. Keep extending, keep reaching. Anytime you need to bring in that back foot, please bring in the back foot. Just shorten up the stance, that's all it takes, and you're pressing down into the balls of your left toes. Keeping the breath moving. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale, just slowly start to bring up the body. We're going to pivot over to your right this time. Just open up, arms out to the side, and bring the hands behind the back. Clasping the hands. This is very important. You keep the hand palms together. If anytime you start to feel them come apart, you need to bring them back down closer to the sit bones. This is going to protect the shoulders. Pull the arms down, shoot them straight back. Find that the chest opens, and you're going to fold forward, bringing the arms a little bit above the back. Keep breathing. Make sure the heels of the hands are together. Each time you do this pose, you're going to find it's going to be a little bit different, especially if you've had a little bit too much salt in the diet. If you've been drinking, if you were drinking wine last night, you're going to find that this is going to tighten up the muscles a little bit. It tightens up the ligaments. Extra salt is also going to do that. So if you've had that Mexican food from last night, or you've had some salty food, potato chips, my indulgence is usually the full bag of potato chips. Try not to lock out the knees. Another breath. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale, as you start to bring up the body, the hands are going to come back down towards the sit bones. Release the hands and bring the arms out to the sides, hand palms face down. Lift up the chest. You're going to use your index and middle finger to hook the big toes. Folding forward, hook the big toes. Bend the elbows out to the sides, so you're creating little shells. Crown of the head coming down. Check in with the backs of the knees. Make sure you're not locking out the backs of the knees. Crown of the head coming down. Drishti still back through. Down the nose, through the legs. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale, slowly release the toe. Slowly bring up the body, arms out to the side, pivot the right toes facing. We're going to shift forward. Take it back into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Bring it on up. And flex those right toes, point them towards the right. Use that left quadricep. Really think about tightening up that muscle above the kneecap. Lift up the chest, open up the heart space. Keep breathing, keep the drishti. One more. Inhale. Exhale. And then let's revolve our half moon. So bring down right hand, left arm comes up. We're revolving, twisting now over towards your left. Or towards your right, excuse me. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. And then let's release. Bring down that right hand, left leg, fold down over both of the legs, back into Paschimottanasana. Peace fingers around the big toes, bring the elbows out to the side, open up that huge muscle in the back. You're really using your lats. You've used your lats in that last sequence. You're using the lats again. Another breath. Inhale, same amount of weight between all four corners of the feet. Exhale. This time we're going to release the right toe, bring the right hand to the hip. Hold on to that big left toe. Take enough air in as you start to bring up the body. Stretch that leg straight out ahead of you. Get your balance. Get your foundation. Ground down within the balls of those right toes. Use the muscle above that right kneecap. Get the drishti. Remember, you can always bend the knee and just take the hand underneath the kneecap because we are going to open up that left leg, that left knee over to your left. Keep breathing. Crown of the head coming up. Think about you're really opening up the rib cage. You're opening up the pelvic area, pulling it away from the rib cage. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale. Slowly bring the leg back center. And then take it back again because I forgot we're doing tree now. So bend that left knee, place that sole of the left foot inside that upper right thigh. Hands back into the heart, just so you get back with that balance. You can always keep the hands just right here. You don't need to bring them up, but if you want to bring them up, let's start that now. Bring up both arms straight up towards the ceiling. Open up the heart. You can always do mudra, mudra. Keep reaching, keep stretching through the armpits. And then inhale, we're going to drop down left arm, right arm up, and bring it up and over towards the left. So you're stretching out through the right side ribs, we're working with the intercostal muscles, the side obliques. And then inhale, bring it back, center. Bring both hands back to the heart center. As you bring your left knee forward to close out the hip flexor, left leg comes back, left hand inside left ankle, taking Chaturanga, King Dancer. And you're just sort of going to notice, be aware of how this side feels compared to the other side. Sometimes this side is a little bit more open, you may be able to get a deeper stretch. You just want to see if you can pull that ankle away just slightly. Keep breathing, inhale. Exhale. Now release the hold on that left ankle. Stretch the left leg back behind you. Bring the arms forward, right into Warrior 3. It does take a little maneuvering. It's all about balance. If your balance is off today, no worries. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the arms out to the side. Left arm underneath the right. Right, we're wrapping back up into Bhujangasana. Elbows up, shoulder height. You start to bring up the body, that left thigh is going to come on top of the right thigh. Squeezing the thighs together. Remember, you're detoxifying. You're helping with the liver and the spleen. Think about all that detoxification, all that compression. It's telling the heart to send fresh blood down into the cells. So you're rebuilding brand new cells. Keep breathing. Inhale. Lift up the eyeballs, look up towards those thighs. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. And then slowly release. Take it back down into Bhujangasana chair. Fold forward, Uttanasana. Lift up the chest, fold back down. Take it back, plank, lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg comes forward, step it in between the hands, Warrior 1, open up. And then we'll open up into Warrior 2. Flip up right hand, reverse your warrior. Use your core, use your abs, use your side obliques. Then cartwheel the hands down either side of the right foot. Take it back, lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot comes up and forward. Step it in between the hands, Warrior 1. Open up into 2. Flip up left hand, reverse your warrior. Keep the elbows straight. Keep reaching. Cartwheel the hands down either side of the left foot. Take the left foot back, lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And we're going to go right into Navasana. So let's bring those feet forward. Sit down on the glutes. You want to be right in between the tailbone and the sit bone. Use your core, your abs to bring up the legs. Take it into boat. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, we'll be doing 5 of these. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, right ankle over your left, roll over your knees. Take it back into Plankasana, lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg up again. Bring it in between the hands, Warrior 1. Arms up, open up, Warrior 2. Flip up right hand, reverse the warrior. Cartwheel the hands down either side of the right foot. Take the right foot back, lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot comes forward. Step it in between the hands, Warrior 1. Open up into Warrior 2. Flip up left hand, reverse your warrior. Bring down the hands, either side. Step that left foot back, lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Come back on down, Navasana number 2. Get into position, interlock. the fingers, take them back behind the head. Open up the chest. Bring the elbows back. You should feel more opening, more stretching through the upper part of the abdominals. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Another breath. Inhale. Exhale. Let's pick up the pace a little bit. And then release the hands. Right ankle over your left. Roll over your knees. Take it back into plank. Lower down Chaturanga. Inhale. Urdhva Mukha. Exhale. Urdhva Mukha. Right foot comes forward. Step it again in between the hands. Warrior 1. Warrior 2. Flip up the right hand. Reverse your warrior. Bring down the hands either side of the right foot. Take the right foot back. Lower down Chaturanga. Inhale. Up dog. Exhale. Down dog. Inhale, left foot comes up and forward. Step it in between the hands. Open up the arms, warrior 2. Flip up left hand, reverse your warrior. And slowly bring down the hands. Take that left foot back, lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And I'm only going to make you do 3 today. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Shift the body into plank. Lower down to your tummies for bow pose. Dhanurasana, bend the knees, reach back, reach for your ankles, pressing down into the pubic area. Use the strength from the chest to start to bring up the chest. Lift up the knees, relax the low back, draw the heels back behind you. Keep breathing, inhale, exhale. And then slowly release. Rest down on one side of the face. Take a breath in, breath out. And then bring the chin back center for Bhujangasana. Hands flat, slide them underneath the shoulders. Keep the elbows bent. Keep the legs down on the mat. Slowly bring up the chest. Keep stretching, keep breathing. Then straighten up the elbows. Roll over your toes, take it back into down dog. Shift forward, lower down Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Urdhva Mukha. And then just come on down to your knees. Come down into a table. And let's just do a couple cat-cows to release any tension in the back. So on the inhale, let the belly lower, bring up the head. Exhale, chin to the throat as you bring the belly button up towards the spine. Flow it back down into cow. Exhale, cat. Last one, cow. Exhale, cat. And then just come back into a neutral back. Cross out the ankles and let's sit down on the tush again. Stretch out your legs. Hands down either side of the hips. Stretch up the elbows. And then we're just going to fold down over both legs. Just let everything go. Take all that tension away from the back. Keep reaching. Just melt. And then slowly bring up the body, bending at the knees, feet back, lie down on the mat, lie down on the backs, so we can cool down. On the inhale, bring the legs straight up towards the ceiling. If you'd like to take it into Shavasana shoulder stand, lift up the hips. Make sure that the legs are straight up, so you want to pull them away from the chest. This is so it's not putting any compression into the front rib cage. Keep the breath going. Inhale. Exhale. Give rotation of the blood flow. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Halasana plow. Take the legs behind the head. If you're able to take it into Karnapandasana by bending the knees and squeezing the knees to the outsides of the ears, just make sure you're able to breathe. It does shut off a little bit of the airflow, especially if you have a little bit more compression in this area. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Bring the legs back up towards the sky. Support the low back. Spread the legs wide. Updog. Extend out through the heels. Get that stretch going on in the interior parts of the thighs. And then inhale, let's slowly bring the legs back together. And we're coming down back onto the tush, but the tush should be the last thing to touch the floor. So you're just bringing it down vertebrae by vertebrae as you bring the knees towards your chest. Wrap the arms around, give yourselves a nice big hug. A little bit more compression. This is called Asana. It's a great pose. If you got a little gas in the belly, it helps get rid of it. A little rock and roll side to side. So you're massaging the whole space of the spine. You're also putting a little compression into the kidney area and the adrenal glands. Let's take it into happy baby. So bring it back center. Bringing the arms down to the inside reach of the soles of the feet. And then just rock and roll again side to side. See if you can bring each knee down to each side. And then come back center. Release the hands on the soles of the feet. Let's bring those feet back down. Keep the knees bent. Big toes touch, insides of the knees touch. We're going to take Supta Baddha Konasana. Just place the hands on the belly. We're going to open up the knees wide. Soles of the feet connected. Closing within the eyes. Shavasana. But first find the breath. Feel the movement of the belly underneath the hand palms. Making that connection. Each time you inhale, think of rising. And each time you exhale, think of falling. So the breath is rising. As you exhale, the breath is falling. Just let everything relax. Relax the shoulders. Bring a little bit more softness into the belly area so the back will come down a little bit closer to the floor. Just take a quick check of the body. Make sure everything's relaxed. Slow down the breathing, slow down the heartbeat. Just be, let everything go. Then start to deepen the breath. Inhale, exhale. Slowly bring the knees together. Hug the knees back up towards your chest. And then roll over onto the right side. And let's come up into seated. Bringing the hand palms together, let the thumbs rest at the sternum. Slowly bring down the chin. And as you inhale, bring in more inner peace, more love, more compassion. And as you exhale, release our gratitude. Lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu. May you always be surrounded by love and be protected by the light. Satnam. Namaste.
Satnam. Namaste.
Thank you so much for being with us this afternoon. Thank you to Angela. I could never have done it without her.
but I couldn't have done it without you.
Thank you. Okay, so you can peace setting.
And
And scene.